No, well, my solo albums were always a hobby, but I've taken this one seriously. And I've gone back to doing the kind of music The Who used to do before Pete Townsend started writing the songs. And I used to be a soul singer. But of course, at sort of 17, 18, 19 years old, you can sing the words and the notes, but there's not much soul in there because you haven't lived a life yet.
Roger Daltrey, the legendary frontman of The Who, has been the heart and soul of the iconic rock band for over 6 decades. With his powerful vocals, charismatic stage presence, and unwavering dedication to his craft, Daltrey has solidified his place in music history. However, as he celebrates his 80th birthday, the rock icon is faced with the harsh realities of time and the challenges that come with performing at his age. Join us as we look at the incredible journey of Roger Daltrey from his early days as the driving force behind The Who to his current contemplations on retirement and legacy. The legendary career of Roger Daltrey. Daltrey's legendary career began in the early 60s when he formed a band called The Detours while attending Acton County Grammar School. With Daltrey at the helm, the group, which would eventually become The Who, started to take shape. His unwavering determination and ambition drove the band forward during their formative years as he crafted the band's early guitars himself. As The Who began to gain traction, Daltrey's powerful vocals and magnetic stage presence quickly set them apart. As their popularity grew, so did Daltrey's prowess as a vocalist. His early performances showcased his love for blues and R&B, with covers of songs by artists like Eddie Cochran and Johnny Kidd and the Pirates. But it was when Pete Townsend began to write original material for the band that Daltrey truly found his voice. He became the perfect vessel for Townsend's lyrics and ideas, delivering them with raw emotion and unparalleled energy. This was particularly evident in the band's groundbreaking rock operas, Tommy and Quadrophenia, where Daltrey's powerful vocals brought the complex characters and themes to life. Daltrey's onstage charisma and signature microphone swinging technique became iconic elements of the band's live performances. He also played a big role in shaping the band's image, with his long curly locks and fringed suede coats becoming synonymous with the rock and roll lifestyle of the late 60s and early 70s. While The Who remained his primary focus, Daltrey also explored solo projects and acting opportunities throughout his career. His solo albums, such as Daltrey, Ride a Rock Horse, and Under a Raging Moon, showcased his skills as an artist. He also made a name for himself as an actor, starring in films like Tommy, Listomania, and Mick Vicker, as well as having numerous television roles. Challenges of performing at 80. As Roger celebrates his 80th birthday, the challenges of performing at such an advanced age have become increasingly apparent. One of the most significant struggles he faces is his hearing loss, a common affliction among rock musicians who have spent decades exposed to the deafening volumes of live performances. Daltrey has been open about his deafness, revealing that he now relies on in-ear monitors and lip reading to follow the music on stage. In a recent interview, he candidly admitted, quote, "The trouble with these ear things that I wear is that I am very, very deaf. And I advise you, all you rock and roll fans, take your effing earplugs to the gigs. If only we had known when we were young. We are lip reading." The severity of his hearing loss has reached a point where he now urges fans to protect their ears during concerts. He emphasizes the importance of wearing earplugs, expressing regret that he and his fellow musicians were unaware of the long-term consequences of prolonged exposure to loud music. He also contends with the overall physical toll of performing at his age. The energy and stamina required to deliver the powerful vocals and dynamic stage presence he's known for have become increasingly challenging to maintain. The rigors of touring, with its constant travel, late nights, and demanding schedules, can be exhausting for even the most seasoned performers. For Daltrey, who has been entertaining audiences for over half a century, the wear and tear on his body is undeniable. Stepping back from the spotlight. As Roger grapples with the challenges of performing at 80, he's begun to contemplate the inevitable question that faces all artists in the twilight of their careers. When is the right time to step back from the spotlight? For Daltrey, this question has become increasingly pressing in recent years as he started to confront the realities of his own mortality and the limitations of his physical abilities. One of the most significant signs of this shift in perspective has been Daltrey's decision to retire from his role as the curator of the Teenage Cancer Trust concerts, a position he's held for over 2 decades. Held at London's Royal Albert Hall, have been a labor of love for Daltrey, who has worked tirelessly to raise millions of dollars for young people battling cancer. But as he approaches his 80th year, he's recognized the need to pass the torch to a new generation of leaders. He acknowledged the need to be realistic about his own mortality, stating, "I have to be realistic. I'm on my way out. The average life expectancy is 83, and with a bit of luck I'll make that, but we need someone else to drive things." Daltrey has been characteristically candid about his reasons for stepping back. This honesty and self-awareness are a testament to his integrity as an artist and deep commitment to the causes he believes in. Of course, stepping back from the Teenage Cancer Trust is just one aspect of Daltrey's broader reflections on his own mortality and legacy. In recent interviews, he has spoken openly about his sense of being on the way out and the need to make the most of the time he has left. For Daltrey, this means focusing on the things that matter most to him, including his family, his charitable work, and his music. Despite his decision to step back from certain aspects of his public life, Daltrey has made it clear he has no intention of retiring from music altogether. He continues to tour and perform with The Who and has expressed his deep love and appreciation for the fans who have supported him throughout his career. But he's also acknowledged that the nature of his performances may need to change in the coming years as he adapts to the realities of his age and physical limitations. Daltrey's legacy and impact. While Roger contemplates his legacy and the impact of his career, he remains humble about The Who's place in rock history. While the band has often been compared to their contemporaries, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, Daltrey has a nuanced perspective on the matter. He acknowledges the immense talent and influence of both bands, noting that the Beatles were in a league of their own, while the Stones, though sometimes inconsistent, were unparalleled in their live performances. He once reflected, quote, "The Beatles were beyond, and the Stones, we supported both of them in 1963 and 64. I'll never forget that 64 one with the Beatles." Despite his modesty, there's no denying the lasting influence of Roger Daltrey as a vocalist and The Who's seismic impact on rock music. Daltrey's powerful and emotive voice has been a defining element of the band's sound, bringing depth and character to Pete Townshend's ambitious compositions. From the raw energy of early singles like My Generation to the complex narratives of rock operas like Tommy and Quadrophenia, Daltrey's vocals have been the heart and soul of The Who's music. And their innovative approach to rock music, blending powerful instrumentation, intricate storytelling, and dynamic live performances, has left an indelible mark on the genre. Their influence can be heard in countless artists who have followed in their footsteps, from the punk and new wave movements of the 70s and 80s to the grunge and Britpop scenes of the 90s and beyond. As he reflects on his career and the power of music, Roger remains grateful for the opportunities he's had and the lives he's touched through his art. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite song from The Who? Let us know in the comments section below.